Now, most Namibians living along the river, such as at the two Kavango regions, depend on fishing for a living. Unemployment is high, and even fishing for an income does not meet their needs. Some are skeptic about ticking the box in the upcoming elections, and our reporter July Nafuka is in the Kavango East region currently, and she joins us now. Good afternoon, July.
Good afternoon, Denver.
Can you tell us about the situation around the fishermen who you've spoken to?
Yes, Denver, like you said, the fishermen, they sound really demoralized because the situation on the ground is really unfavorable. I mean, they survive by catching fish. However, they sell this fish under a tree. There's no ablution facilities. There's no clean water or tap water. There's no electricity. If they don't sell that fish and it goes bad, it's bad. Unless they have to dry it and sell it the next day or over the week dried. There's no chairs for their customers to sit and have a chat. Basically, it's just pick your fish that you want and drive off either to Rundu or to Kurenkuru. And they say the situation here has been like this ever since they can remember this. And some of these fishermen are there with their kids, and these children, all they do is play traditional games as a way to entertain themselves. And what's heartbreaking is that if you don't sell this fresh fish, then you are guaranteed it's going to go bad because there's no electricity. And for the fishermen, they say they see potential in their area, and they believe that if they can have an open market that has proper facilities, there can be real business activities taking place in this area.
Just shortly, I understand you also spoke to a fisherman, Makai Daniel. Could you maybe just relate a bit of his story? I understand that he spoke of surviving a crocodile attack at one point.
Oh, yes. Well, Makai Daniel's story is quite interesting. Well, he told us that fishing actually can be quite risky because even us on site, we could see the hippos in the river, and he says that sometimes they even have crocodiles there. And he says that this one time he was fishing and his hook got stuck somewhere, maybe in the reeds or something. The hook just got stuck, and he dived in to rescue the rod of his fishing. I mean, the hook of his fishing rod. Pardon me. And not knowingly, actually, close by there was a crocodile. Sure. And then that's how he was attacked. By God's grace, he says, he was able to survive. And actually, he says it's not an easy thing to do, but due to the fact that that's their only means of survival, he is forced to go back. Despite the fact that he was traumatized, he was yet forced to go back because that's where he makes a living from. And they believe that if those elected in power can also bring employment opportunities, then this kind of things will not have to happen to them, or it would have not happened to him also.
Now, besides the situation facing the fishermen specifically, what other challenges are the communities of Kapaku constituency facing as far as you've been able to establish?
So far, what we have established, apart from the fact that there is no electricity and clean water or tap water, the communities are also asking for proper road structures, saying that if they have these proper road structures, it will motivate people to come to the area and also bring development. And they also, I also mentioned the employment opportunities already. That's another challenge. But they are also saying they need other forms of survival opportunities because currently they only survive on fishing, selling grass and reeds, which they collect along the river. However, these resources are not so adequate because they share them with the neighboring residents of Angola on the other side of the river. And because even during the time of Corona, they say that it was tough for them to survive because movement was restricted and they only sell this grass and reeds and fish to the people that make use of the Rundu and Kurenkuru road.
Now, it is just a few days until the elections. Again, from what you've gathered, are residents there ready to cast their votes?
Well, that's a very interesting question, Denver. The constituency has about 12,000 registered voters. And when I spoke to the fishermen, they are determined to cast their votes. But what is interesting enough is that they say that no political party or even an independent candidate has visited this constituency or the village to campaign in this area. So for them, they are saying they don't know what they are going to vote for. They don't know what changes they are going to vote for. They don't know what's in for them, actually, but they are determined to vote. And I don't know how they are going to get it right, but they say they want to vote despite not knowing who to vote for and what changes they are voting for. Hence, they feel like, hence they are calling on those that will be elected into leadership from this upcoming election to bring this kind of development to their area, and they hope that their plight will be heard by the new leaders.
Okay. Well, thank you, July. We definitely will keep in touch as we go along. And thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Denver.
Well, that was our reporter July Nafuka in the Kavango West region. And that was also your news in brief at this hour. Thank you for watching.